Another day, another empties. This is a bunch of body care products that I finished, and any bag that I can use that's big, I'm gonna use for my empties. So ironically, it's the McDonald's bag, but this is all of my body care empties for the last month and a half. So let's get into it. First product I finished is the Naturium, the Smoother Glycolic Acid Body Wash. This is more of a, I think, chemical exfoliant. You're not gonna get like a body scrub feeling from this. It works to remove, it has AHA blend in here to remove glycolic, lactic, purific, and tartic acid, and it's supposed to help remove dead skin cells, revealing softer, smoother, and supple looking skin. You can also use it as a face cleanser. I love that Naturium body washes is gentle enough that you can use for your face. I typically don't do it, I just use it for my body. I probably would continue to repurchase if I was like traveling. I'm not a chemical exfoliant, I like a physical exfoliant type of thing. So I would repurchase on a trip, maybe not necessarily every day at home, unless I probably went in with this and then a body exfoliator or body polish on top of it. But I think that's way too much exfoliating. So next, I finished the Dove Prebiotic Boost Dryness Remedy. This is a tried and true. I have this on Subscribe and Save. I will always continue to repurchase this. There's nothing to it. Next, I finished the Spongeables Pedi Scrub and a Sponge 4-in-1. I use this all the time. It is a tried and true. I will continue to repurchase. Love this down. I get this on Subscribe and Save as well. It comes in like a 3-pack. Next, I finished another one of these. So I finished 2 of these. Again, these are on Subscribe and Save. I throw out one every month because you're supposed to use it for 20+ washes. I shower typically twice a day. So that means I use these up pretty quickly. After a month of washing twice a day, you can see when the soap runs out. So when the soap runs out, I throw it away and grab a new one. Next, I finished 3 of the Dove Sensitive Bar Soaps. Absolutely love this down. Tried and true. This is on Subscribe and Save. But I am about to switch from the Sensitive Dove Bar Soap to the Liquid Bar Soap just because it's easier. I have a small tub, so not really much space on the tub to hold all of my products. So using this hasn't been fun because it's like trying to figure out where to put it in my bathroom tub while I'm showering isn't great. So I'm gonna switch over to a body liquid form where I can put it on the side of the tub, use it while I shower, and then like put it somewhere else on my bathroom caddy. So finish those. Next, I finished 2 VH Essentials Daily Feminine Wash. This is the fragrance-free one with VH Micro Balance. This is my backup one to this one whenever I get it on Subscribe and Save. This one is the fragrance-free tea tree oil and prebiotic daily feminine wash. I prefer this one over this one, but they both work really great. This one is on Subscribe and Save, and when this product is not available, I get this one. I don't really know the difference between the two because this one has tea tree oil and prebiotics in here, but it's just not saying that on the title. So don't really know the difference. I'll continue to repurchase. This stays on Subscribe and Save. So if you guys have alternatives of daily feminine wash, please let me know because I feel like I've tried pretty much every product that's out there and I keep going back to these. Next, I finished the EOS Shea Better 24-Hour Moisture Body Lotion Strawberry Dream. This I would rank, I think, number 3. First one is obviously Vanilla Cashmere. Second one would probably be the Pomegranate raspberry, and then the third one would probably be the strawberry dream. So I have finished in the past month and a half both of these. Absolutely love this down. I don't have a preference on the applicator. They reformulated the application from this to this. However, I still have the same issues whenever I get to like halfway or less than. I'm literally taking the top off and like hitting my wrist just to get it out. So to me, the applicator doesn't matter. I'm gonna still repurchase. I know some people hate this one and that's why they came out with this. To me, it doesn't make a difference. At some point, whenever I use any of my body care products, when I get low, I'm not the type to cut it. So I'm just gonna keep hitting my palm. So this one, you smell more of the pomegranate than the raspberry. This one definitely smells like a strawberry dream. Next, I finished the Olay Rinse Off Body Conditioner with Shea Butter. This I probably will not repurchase unless it's that time of the month, because during that time of the month, I do my lotion in the shower. You can rinse this off. Like it says, it feels like a body conditioner. It feels like a film on my skin once I rinse it off, and I don't like that feeling of like film or like a coverage over my skin. So that's why I won't repurchase unless it's that time of the month. But I also don't think they sell this anymore. So, because I picked this up from grocery outlet, so I don't know if it's in store anymore. But that's my thoughts on this. I'm so happy to finish this. Next, I finished a box of the Always large period underwear. These are a tried and true staple. Love it down. Will always continue to repurchase. It's on Subscribe and Save. I get a box of 2 with 7 for about $15 here on Amazon. If you haven't checked out my Amazon storefront, link in bio always. And I never run out because this is on Subscribe and Save. Love it down. I feel like you get more for your money when you buy online on Amazon than you do in store. Next, I finished 2 T.N. Dickinson Witch Hazel Soothing Cleansing Cloth. If you've seen any of my other empties, these are tried and true. I get them on Subscribe and Save, a box of 4. I use this both on my body, wiping my underarms, down there, and my feet when I get out the shower, as well as I also use this for my face whenever I wash my face. So I sometimes use this 2 to 4 times a day. Tried and true. Love these. Always will continue to repurchase. Next, I'm just gonna put these all as basically one category when I do this empties, but this is the vanilla cashmere line. This is the EOS Shea Better Cashmere Body Wash, vanilla cashmere in a travel size. I brought this on my trip Memorial Day weekend when I was visiting my brother for his graduation. So this is a tried and true. And then I also got the travel size body lotion with it. Love it down. Again, love vanilla cashmere. But then I realized they had a hand cream. And as you know, I work nights, so my hands get really dry, really cracked because I'm washing my hands so much. So I picked this up, really did enjoy it. Will continue to repurchase. Will always continue to repurchase this line. It is a tried and true. Next, I finished the Naturium The Glow Getter Multi-Oil Body Scrub. I did enjoy it. Like, you can really see that there's really an oil. It's not like a typical body scrub where it was feeling harsh to the skin. This feels really soft, but also still gives you somewhat of a scrub. I don't know if I would repurchase this because this is a little gentle and I like a little harsh scrub, like feeling like it's gonna work. But I did enjoy it. I also went through this fairly quickly. I think I went through this. I try to exfoliate my body maybe 2 to 3 times a week. I feel like I did this for a couple weeks and then it finished. So if they came out with a bigger size, I probably then would repurchase because then I would have a product to use for the entire month. This only lasted me 2 weeks, or maybe I just use this way too much. So next, I finished 2 Appeal Relaxing Socks Melatonin Lavender Extract. These are a tried and true for me now. I will continue to repurchase. These tell you to leave on for 20 minutes. I saw someone on here put this on and leave it overnight, and I started doing that with like my regular socks over it, and I love that idea. And feet seem smoother for a longer time whenever I do that. I will continue to repurchase this. You get a packet of like 4 or 5, and I use this every 2 weeks. So next, I finished the O'Keeffe's For Healthy Feet Cream Intense Renewal 3-in-1 Hydrates, Smooths, and Sheds Dry Skin with alpha hydroxy acid. I will continue to repurchase this. I actually picked up a new tube. I have really bad heels from standing on my feet all the time, so I will continue to repurchase. And the reason why I now do this every 2 weeks is because this works. I do this morning and night after I shower. Continue to repurchase. Next, I finished the Undefined R&R Gel Cream Moisturizer. I probably will repurchase this just because of all the benefits to it. It has peptides, ceramide, shiitake, which brightens, tremolo, which hydrates, niacinamide, which refines the pores, prickly pear, which is an antioxidant, hyaluronic acid, which plumps skin, shea butter, which moisturizes. So all the benefits of this, I would definitely repurchase. Will it be like a staple in my skincare? No, but like if there's a sale, yes. And if you like all those ingredients, try it out. It does give you more of a gel than a cream consistency. Next, I finished the Mega Babe Thigh Rescue Anti-Friction Stick. Love this, tried and true. It's completely done. I bring this on trips with me, and I will definitely continue to repurchase. Next, I finished the Body Butter. I can't remember how much this cost, but I felt like this is very thick. For the price, I don't know if I would repurchase because the tube is so small. And again, I shower twice a day, so I went through this fairly quickly. And to me, it wasn't more whipped. I felt like I had to dig my finger into it to get like a thick consistency, as you can see. And then it just looks like this, but it looks very glowy once you try it on. Like, love the glowiness of this. I just don't think it's whipped, in my opinion. It reminds me of like an Aquaphor consistency, and you only get 4 ounces for the price. So if they had a bigger container or could put it in packaging similar to this, then I would definitely repurchase. But I just don't like the idea of sticking my hands every time I want to use this, as well as like I don't feel like I am comfortable offering it with guests over, because then they're gonna stick their fingers in it and we're all sticking our fingers in a tub. So if you just live by yourself, don't have much company, I would recommend this. If you're like me and you have a roommate who sometimes y'all share it, this is not gonna truly work. Next, I finished the Brazilian Crush Cheirosa 40 Amber, Plum, and Vanilla Woods. This was like the first fragrance in a while that I have finished. This doesn't last as long. Ooh, that smells really good. Even not spraying it. Love the smell. It just doesn't last long. And it's a perfume mist, so I often have to take this with me whenever I use this so that I can re-up later on. So yeah, so I would definitely repurchase. I just wish it lasted longer. So if there was some way sold de Janeiro to make this last longer, please. Next, I finished my Clinical Secret Powder Protection Deodorant. This is a tried and true. This is on Subscribe and Save. If you know me, you know This is typically what I use. Next, I don't know if you're like me who has really bad allergies. I go and get allergy shots on a monthly basis. I am currently in process of getting my next appointment to re-up, but in between my appointments, I go in with the Flonase. They now sell this on Amazon. So I have this now on subscribe and save, so you'll see this a lot more. I used to buy it only from my doctors, but I'm now glad I can get it over the counter because I deal with severe allergies. I'm allergic to dogs, dust, pollen, and grass. So that's also another reason why I get allergy shots, is so that I can just exist. If you want to know more about my allergy shot process, let me know, and how I got into it and all those details, just let me know. I finished the Bioma Sensitive Skin Body Wash. I think I've officially tried all of the Bioma body washes now. If you want to check out my Amazon storefront link in bio, it shows like all my top favorites. This I probably will repurchase. I did enjoy it. I really did feel like my skin wasn't as dry when I used this product because it treats dry and irritated skin. It has oat extract, prebiotic complex, and urea. So definitely would repurchase. I have 4 more items and then I'm done. First product I finished was the Laneige Bouncy and Firm Eye Sleeping Mask. If you saw my other skincare empties, you have seen that I was talking about other of the Bouncy and Firm sleeping masks. I really did enjoy this. A little goes a long way. I now need to buy a new eye sleeping mask so that I can have it, because right now I just only have the face one. Love this down. First time trying an eye sleeping mask. I wish there was more of them, because I think only Laneige is the only one I've seen that has one. And I really do enjoy the concept. And I feel like it helps hydrate my under eyes when I do it, even though I use an eye cream, a moisturizer, then the face sleeping mask, and then this. So I'm overly hydrating my skin at night. That's how dry my skin is. Next, I finished the Spa Luxury Brazilian Soul Hand Cream. I got this at Dollar Tree for $1. It's not that bad. Would I continue to repurchase? Probably not. It was way too liquidy, and I did not feel like it gave me the same consistency of the EOS hand lotion. I felt like I went through this more quickly than that one, just because it's more liquidy, wasn't long hydrating results as I would like. I have a little in here to show you. Oh, I do. So this is the consistency. It hydrates, it gives you not really any glow, gives you a little hydration, and then it's a little sticky. Like, I don't want to touch anything for a couple seconds just because there's a little stickiness. It's not as severe like as a Hydro Grip, but still there. Next is another perfume I finished. It's a Good Chemistry Sugar Berry. Love this down. I got this from Target, I believe. When I started using this, I would get compliments from people. I think there was a day I went when I had a car and got my oil changed, and the guy was like, "You smell really good. What is it?" And I was like, "This." So yeah, so I would definitely repurchase. Tried and true. Love it down. These two are my first 2 perfumes that I finished for the year of 2026, which is crazy. And then my last item is the e.l.f. Skin Holy Hydration Eye Cream. I finished this up. It's pretty affordable, and I probably would repurchase. Love this down. It's pretty affordable. I will repurchase. Love the e.l.f. Holy Hydration line. I take it on most of my trips, whether that is to a tropical place or a cold place. Tried and true. Love it down. It is literally all of my empties for the last month and a half. Let me know if you've tried any of these products, if you would continue to repurchase any of these products, if I brought you any new products. Again, most of these products you can find in my Amazon storefront, link in bio. I try to buy products you can find only on Amazon, just to make sure it is for everybody, because some people have access to other stores and some people don't. Like, for example, for myself, I don't have a car. So if I order, it's either through Amazon or shipping. So that's everything. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.